Hi folks, it's Andy. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to another episode of Kendo Video Feedback. Okay, so here we are for another episode of Kendo Video Feedback. In this video series, I take videos, or a video in this case, that one of you wonderful viewers has sent to me and give you a little bit of feedback on it. Hopefully for the enrichment and betterment of everybody. Hopefully everybody can find it useful and good for your own Kendo too. So before I jump in, before I do the plugs even, obviously, people send these videos out of, you know, genuine willingness and desire to improve. I don't want any negative comments down there. It's a very brave thing to do to send these videos and have them scrutinized in a way in public. So no sort of negative comments down there. They'll just get deleted. I don't get, nobody ever puts negative comments on these because I guess Kendo people are brilliant, but just in case, I'm just saying it. All right, if you think you can do better, send the video and we'll have a look. Also, before we start, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, you know, all the YouTube stuff. And most importantly, keep the channel going by shopping at KendoStar.com. That's the best equipment Kendo website in the known galaxy. Now, of course, I would say that because I own the place, but it really is brilliant. Everyone agrees. You can check out our Trustpilot rating, all that stuff. It's amazing gear, amazing kit. You get the best service with it. And we get to keep doing this, so everyone's a winner. So shop at KendoStar.com. Right. Today, we've got a great video from Shiai, and it's a reasonably sort of newer entry into the Kendo world. So I think it'll be useful for a lot of people who are struggling at, you know, Shiai in the sort of early stages of their Kendo. A little bit, I'm going to read out the full email that was sent to me, but just to get a little bit of background, the person who sent it is third Q right now, has been practicing Kendo for a few years, obviously with restrictions over the last couple of years haven't helped. In the early 40s, I think they understand the basics of Kendo and what's required. I also think I'm able to show these elements, but it's hard for me to connect them to all in the same place at the same time. In Shiai, with the additional challenge of resisting an opponent, everything falls apart. Yeah, I think that is a super common thing lots of people experience, especially in the beginning. So I'd appreciate any advice. Basically, my goal is to qualify for Shodan at some point in the future, and I'm looking for tips on what points require the most work and immediate attention from my side. This is a video from a tournament I recently participated in the mixed category. It was a bit of a disaster. I lost both Shiai without a single scored Ippon. Don't worry, that's not a disaster. All right, first off, it's not a disaster. It's not the result you wanted. It's not a disaster. It's what happens, all right? So you know, you've been able, look at it from this point of view. You've got this video that you've been able to send in to me and get some feedback on it. So it has been a benefit, not a detriment to you, okay? Where was I? It says not even a hint of raising the flags for the Shimpan. Okay, well we'll look at that. Okay, it's been your fourth tournament. So you knew what to expect. You've had better luck and more generous Shimpan in previous attempts, but you guess it must have been a bit of a blow. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I get that. Your opponent in this Shiai is also a Q grade, about your age, probably about first Q. Your other Shiai was against your dojo member who's third Dan and member of the national team. So yeah, had you in about 30 seconds. Fine, that happens. And the guy on the right in red, Shiai recording went out of the time limit, 3 minutes, so we have an extension late until the first point is scored. I didn't perform great in the extension either, then had one attack. My men Himo swung forward and managed to tangle Shinai in it, who had a break, and my opponent managed to score a good men strike straight after that. So I'm not sure if the actual strike is in the video, but it's no problem either way. Problems that seem obvious to me are connecting the shinai and the legs, which result in weak fumikomi or worse. Starting an attack with shoulders forward, bad footwork. After a strike, absolutely no idea how to pull good zanshin after an attack, getting stuck on an opponent's strike. Or do you are also a mystery to me? That's fine. They can remain a mystery food to you for now. From my good points, people tell me I have good fighting attitude. In this particular Shiai, I struggle with distance. Generally, it appears to me that my colleagues fight in too close a distance. I usually control that a little bit better. But I felt my attempts to get to distance, I felt reasonable, were too common, could be interpreted as retreating from the fight. Okay, I understand that as well. One of the results is a ridiculous bunny hopping backwards. On the other hand, I was unable to take advantage of my opponent getting too close. I understand that the video is not showing anything close to decent Kendo from my side, and I completely understand if you don't review it. Honestly, I feel a bit embarrassed and uncomfortable to submit it, but I need to give it a try. Look, you do not need to be embarrassed. You should be proud of yourself for submitting this. It takes a lot of bravery in the first place to do so, all right? So please do not feel embarrassed or uncomfortable about submitting it. You've done the right thing, all right? You're looking to find a way to improve, all right? You're doing everything you possibly can to improve. That is something to be commended, not something to be embarrassed about. That's the first thing I would definitely say. And it's not, you know, I'm not here to judge whether you've got decent Kendo or not. I'm here to help to make your Kendo better. It's not about decent Kendo or not, right? Your third cue, you've been doing Kendo for a short time, and you've gone through a rough time of doing Kendo as well, as we all have. There's no judgment here, all right? So let's get into this, all right? So you're here on the right side. Now, having said all that, right, I want to help you. I genuinely, truly want to help you. I can see that you earnestly want to improve at Kendo and that you honestly want to improve. Because I can see that, I honestly want to help you. That means, now I haven't seen this video yet, that means that I'm going to be honest, okay? Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give you my honest opinion and my honest feedback here, right? Don't take this as me being harsh, or please don't consider it personal in any way. Of course not. And don't worry. I'm probably going to throw quite a lot at you. You don't need to fix it all in at the same time, all right? Because I like to make these videos with sort of, you know, sort of future-proofing in mind, so that you can come back to them maybe in a year or two's time when you've got your Shodan and you're looking at Nidan, for example, and some of the advice in here still works for you or is still relevant or is maybe relevant now when it wasn't before. So don't worry if there's a lot. Having said that, I'll try and make it as clear as possible, all right? So we're on the right-hand side here facing the camera. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look at this first man straight away, all right? Right, so herein lies the problem I think that you are experiencing, and if we can fix this, you're going to level up entirely and everything's going to get better, all right? You said you were struggling to get everything working together all at once. In other words, kikentai no ichi. And that you were having a weak fumikomi. As I said, I'm going to be honest with you. This is not fumikomi, all right? You don't have fumikomi here. You're stepping forward a very small distance, but your foot is landing. You're stepping forward and then hitting, basically, all right? Your fumikomi needs to be a launch from the left leg, all right? Launch, you should be, you're launching off the left leg, but you're sort of finishing too early, all right? So you should be pushing more from the left leg here. The shinai should connect a split second before the foot connects with the floor, all right? It's a myth that Kentai no Ichi is that you should stamp and hit at the same time. That's not correct. You should launch your strike forward. Fumikomi is part of the process, but the whole thing comes together into a single process. That doesn't mean that the foot lands at the same time as the shinai lands on the boga. That is that's a fallacy that is stems from an incorrect interpretation of the term kikentai no ichi. Okay? So the problem you're going to have here is that yes, even if your strikes connect, you're not going to get ippon because they are lacking that kikentai no ichi, okay? Okay, so here again. See how we're not launching off the left. The Fumikomi, the biggest thing about Fumikomi is the Fumikiri. That's the launch from the left leg. All right. I want you to go and watch some high level, like All Japan Championships players, and watch them in slow motion, how the mechanics of their leap works. All right. That leap pushing from the left leg is what's important. That Fumikiri. All right. Because here again, it's not quite right, is it? Yeah. Then, after attacking kote, your hands shouldn't come over your head, all right? Your shinai should stay in front of you to your left, and you should close the distance into sort of like a kind of tai atari, sort of tsubazari type distance, in case you need to make a next strike, all right? You don't want to raise your hands and run past. Okay. Probably here as well. Can you see how your left foot is flat on the floor? This shows that you don't have any, like, your left leg is not able to launch you forward, and it needs to be in a position to launch forward at all times. Okay, so the issue here is all stemming around how we're using our left leg, all right? In the early stages, around, you know, the sort of early Q grades, it is normal to think a lot about how we swing the shinai. But what's really important is how you use your footwork, all right? And especially how you use your left leg. So what you really need to be doing is making sure that your left leg is ready to make a strike at all times, okay? And when I say that, there should be power built up in your calf, sort of pushing against the floor diagonally downwards and away, so that you're able to launch forward. But here you're not, okay? And that's why you're not able to do Fumikomi, because you're not really launching from your left leg. Fumikomi is about the left leg, not the right leg, okay? And with your left heel going down on the floor like it is, that's really evident, okay? I think your kamae is good. Your, you know, your fighting attitude, as you say, is good. And you had a good chance at kote here, didn't you? This is the good chance for kote. Good chance for kote. But kikentai fuichi. So no kikentai no ichi. All right. So this is why you can't get the flags. Now I'm going to just touch on something else. You mentioned in your message that in previous tournaments you'd had some success and been able to score ippons, and now you're not. And the thing is if you're in, you said this was a mixed tournament, which I guess you means mixed ability. You said your next opponent was like a third dan or something like that. That means that the criteria for the ippon is much higher than if you were in, say, a Q grade only tournament. In a Q grade only tournament, the shimpan are generally more generous, okay? Otherwise, no one's going to score the ippon. Whereas when you get to a sort of higher level tournament or a mixed level tournament, they have to keep the criteria sort of to the word in a way. So it does become much harder. The quality of strikes have to be better. All right. So don't interpret it as you have gotten worse because you weren't able to score in this Shiai when you were in previous ones. It's probably that the criteria are a little bit higher, closer to what they should be. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. That's the criteria you need to be working towards. All right. But can you see how you're not launching off your left here? I'm really repeating this, but can you see how it's just a step forward? It's not a launch, all right? I'd like you to go and watch the video I did as well about how to improve your Fumikomi, all right? That was a good chance for a strike there. See your kamae here as well. One little thing, I'd bring your left hand slightly lower and probably a little bit close to your body. Only by about that much, all right? Only a tiny amount. I mean, it's clearly an evenly matched Shiai, all right? It's not like you're out of your depth or something here. But I think the thing that's really holding you back in this is just being able to make those strikes with proper Kikentai no Ichi. Good. I think as well, probably you want to try to focus on making sure you use your left hand a little bit more to swing the shinai, because you have a tendency to use your right hand a little bit too much. Okay. I'm going to go on a little tangent here about the door strike. You don't do door strike like this. It's door this way, okay? So I've done a video about how to improve your door strike, so go and watch that one. Definitely will help you. I see what you mean. I see what you're saying about sort of trying to control the distance here. But it can be a lot more subtle as well. It doesn't have to be a single step, all right? You can use your ashi sabaki to move. You don't have to just move in blocks, do you know what I mean? You can move in subtle ways as well. I see what you're saying though. You know, you do feel like they're coming into your distance. So you've got a few choices, you know, you can readjust the distance, or you can make strikes, you know. But yeah, about the, you know, Ojuwaza being a mystery, I wouldn't worry about that for now. Let's fix your Kikentai no Ichi, and then we can worry about Ojuwaza later. To be honest, you know, at Q levels, I wouldn't expect to see much Ojuwaza anyway. But this is what I'm talking about this, this Fumikomi, fixing this Fumikomi. This left leg, how we're going to use the left leg, that's going to help you engage your hips into your strike properly. Your strikes are going to have more impact. They're going to have a lot more success when they connect. And that is what's going to get you through Shodan as well. All right? That's what's going to get you through Shodan as well. Not just, you know, not just in the Shiai. Okay? All right, so this must be your extra time match. Good, okay. I'd like you to hold the shinai better, all right? Your arms are like this and your hands are almost together like this, all right? So left hand a bit closer to you, right hand by the tsuba. You don't want this gap here, okay? You see how I can see from your left, I'm saying the same thing. I've spent this whole video saying the same thing, but it's this one thing that if you fix, your kendo is going to just improve like that, all right? And it's not uncommon either. Yeah, this isn't a unique to you problem. Lots of people at your stage are struggling with this. So if you're out there watching this video, you want to check on this to make sure that this is something that you're not struggling with as well, because it really is a problem that lots of people, especially in the early stages of kendo, before third dan, struggle with. You shouldn't get, you know, to be honest, I say before third dan because, unfortunately, and this might be controversial, but people that are still doing this shouldn't be getting through Shodan, all right? I really think you need to get through this to get your Shodan. And when you do, you'll sail through Shodan and probably Nidan and Sandan. But it is a common problem, all right? Where the way we use this left foot in order to launch us so that we can achieve the strike with Fumikomi, okay? Okay, so I understand here that you probably expected to receive a point for this door strike, all right? There's a couple of reasons why you did it, all right? It's a well-seen door strike, all right? There was a good chance for Hikido there, all right? Hikido, very good chance for it. But your strike's not great for a start, all right? But it's not terrible. That isn't the problem with it. After Hikido, we don't go to Jodan. For Hikiwaza, we only go to Jodan after Hikimen, all right? After Hikido, keep the shinai in front of you. Do this way and then Chudan, all right? Your separation's not fast enough and your strike doesn't have enough impact, okay? Doesn't have enough impact. You want to watch it again. It is a good chance, but you're a little bit too close. The part that's striking the door, I can see the tip of the shinai there is on his tare, right? So the part that's actually hitting the door is the upper part of your shinai towards your hands. All right, so you are not able to get a quality strike there, all right? So it lacks, again, of course, it's still suffering from the same problem as a lot of the rest of the strikes you're making, which is that lack of Kikentai no Ichi. I think you saw a fantastic opportunity, so it's a great thing that you saw that, but the quality of your strike just wasn't quite there for you to get the ippon, all right? But it was a very well seen strike. So yeah, I understand what you mean about this bunny hopping, this readjusting the distance. It doesn't have, like I say, what I'm saying about that is it doesn't have to be a single. This way, you know, you're allowed to make smaller steps. Yeah, you can readjust using your footwork sort of a little bit more subtly. And also as you step back, again, that heel's gone down on the floor. So that's really what you need to consider. I think what we'll do is we'll have I'll bring up another video in a minute of maybe a higher level player, and we can break down how the Fumikomi works. Yeah. Because as I say, yours is just a sort of step forward. I really think, you know, I really think just fixing this is going to have such a big impact on how your kendo improves and the success that you start to see. Okay, so, you know, starting to get tired and stuff. See, the right hand's starting to come in a lot here. I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll skip ahead. Don't know what's going on here, to be honest. No idea. Anyway, I don't think it super matters. Have a look what happened here. See here, actually, see, you can do it. You can do it, right? Because this one's a good one. That's the one you have to do. That's how you do the Fumikomi. You can do it. Here's me thinking you couldn't do it. You saved it till the end, all right? So this is the one you have to do. Yeah, it's not perfect, don't get me wrong. But here, you're launching off the left leg, and you know the strike's not on target, fine. But if your strikes were like this, yeah, great. I'm not sure what happened there. What? Oh, put that. Okay, put that. Right. So what happened there is obviously, you know, so he obviously hit your kote. It's a bit deep, but the thing is, although this is the men strike from your side that sort of lost the match for you, it's the best one you did in the whole match. Yeah. It's just unfortunate that he was able to sort of pop a kote strike there. But that's the men strike you have to replicate, all right? So see if you can kind of go back and remember where that came from. Because that's the kind of strike, you know, Fumikomi that I want you to do. If you do that, it's going to get so much better. Now, I'm going to bring up another video and we'll quickly have a look at how a men's strike should look with that sort of footwork that I'm talking about, and then we'll finish off, okay? Okay, so I've just pulled up the fine of the latest All Japan Championships. That was won with some fantastic men's strikes. So I think this will be a good one for us to look at. We've got Mr. Murakami on the right and Mr. Ando on the left. Let's watch it at full speed first. Okay, well, this is a fantastic men's strike. Okay, with perfect Kikentai no Ichi. Okay, if we watch this a little bit in sort of slowish motion, what you can see is already, even if we go a little bit before he even launches the strikes, his left foot is cocked and ready to go. There's pressure going into the floor here from his left leg. His left leg is primed and ready to launch him. And as soon as he's ready to go, he starts to push his body forward using his left leg. All right, he's using his left leg to drive his body forward as he swings the shinai as well. Raises his foot because he's going to do the Fumikomi, okay, and strikes. All right, as he launches forward, he makes a strike. Yeah, left foot's not connecting at the same time as the shinai. As I say, that's a total misnomer. All right, this way. So he's striking as he launches forward. That is the Kikentai no Ichi. That is the Kikentai no Ichi, okay? As you launch forward, yeah? and he's launched forward to make his strike. Yeah, and it's successful in that regard. All right, it's not just a step forward, launch and strike. Yeah, that is the key to what I'm talking about. All right, so that's what I want you to kind of have in your mind as you go forward and practice. And your last men strike in that final, in that last one, I know he hit your kote, but that was much closer to this than the rest of them. All right, so take that with you into your practice going forward. I'm sure, as I said, you can do it. I've seen you do it. Right, I saw you doing that last strike. So once you figure out how to make that the habit or the normal type of striking, you're going to have no problems whatsoever. Okay, so thank you for sending the video. If anyone else out there would like to send a video for this kind of feedback, you can upload it to YouTube, set it as an unlisted video and send me the link to mail@kendostar.com, and I'll happily make one of these for you as well. Thank you again for sending it in. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to shop at KendoStar, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.